What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this week, we didn't have a whole lot going on in the news, really. Nothing really major, except for the truck caravan or convoy or whatever. It's still going on as far as I know. Shit has hit the fan. The Democrats are running scared because they know that people are tired of their shit. So I don't know what the next few years hold for us, but things are going to get bad, I guarantee you, because people are done with the Democrats and the Democratic Party and the far left and all their nonsense. So we'll see what happens. The two shows I really want to talk to you about today are the show called Death Walker. It has Nick Groff in it from Ghost Adventures or whatever. Now Nick Groff, after a few seasons of Ghost Adventures, he stuck with them as like a producer, blah blah blah, behind the scenes kind of guy. He didn't want to be on the camera anymore with them idiots because he knew it was fake. A lot of their shit was bogus and literally was proven to be so. So I don't understand how the show just kept going after that, but whatever. Anyways, he's now got this new series called Death Walker, where he's basically doing paranormal investigation by himself, or he has his, he says it's his cousin. His name is Justin, the camera guy who follows him around. I tried watching. I went through the first season and I started on the second season. There's 2 seasons so far, but it's fucking boring. He literally just bullshits almost the entire episode. Every episode, he just bullshits. He just talks a lot of shit and going over and over about the whole theory that time intersects and there's layers of time that's in a haunted place and blah blah blah. They could actually be talking to someone in the past. That kind of shit. He just on and on about that. He does use not necessarily a spirit box. It's sort of like a spirit box called a geo box. He'll walk around talking whatever, hoping to get answers on the geo box. But other than that, he literally just bullshits the entire time. It's just dumb. I don't recommend it. It's a horrible show, even for paranormal shit. Alright, moving on. The next show I want to talk to you about is a new TV series called Reacher. Basically, the character Jack Reacher. Now, Tom Cruise was not the ideal candidate for the Jack Reacher movies. He just imposed himself on because he wanted to do the character. In the books, actually, sorry, not in reality. In the books, the character is like a big dude, really huge. So for the series, they asked Alan Ritchson to star the character, and he's a big dude. Don't get me wrong, he's built. They tried to throw a little bit of comedy in it, but it didn't quite work. Most of the jokes seem to fall flat. Now, I like Alan. I've seen him on other shows, and he's a good actor. But his supporting cast was fairly decent too. The old nonsense with the little tiny bitty blonde deputy chick being like this real hardcore badass feminist was dumber and shit, but the rest of the show was good. Um, if you can get past all the nonsense with the feminism, with the little blonde chick, I recommend the show. 2 thumbs up. It's not bad. It really isn't. It's a decent show. I went through it pretty fast. I mean, there's only like 8 episodes, I think. I went through it pretty fast. It was a pretty good show for what it was. It wasn't the best, but it was decent. You know, unfortunately today you have to deal with all the feminism and political nonsense in our fucking TV shows because the far left controls Hollywood right now. And until they get rid of them dumbass writers and put some decent writers in there, you're going to get that shit in everything, TV shows and movies. So you just kind of have to ignore a bunch of that kind of crap from the far left in your TV shows, because you're going to get it in there no matter what. It's dumb, but that's the way it is. But yeah, go ahead and check the show out. It's actually not bad. It was pretty decent. Alright, that's everything I have for you on that part. Let's move on to your B-rated movie reviews. Okay, Movieholics. This week is Sci-Fi Week. Now, I chose 2 classics to watch and review this week. The first one, I just did the 2 first movies last Sci-Fi Week. I figured I'd finish up with the 3rd one from the original trilogy, and the first one is Jurassic Park 3, which was done in 2001, and it made a pretty good chunk, 368 million worldwide. It stars Sam Neill, of course, and Tia Leone is the female lead. Now, I did the original trilogy. I'm not going to do the new trilogy for a while, probably, if I get around to it. The original trilogy is far better anyway. Of course, the new movie, Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion's fixing to come out. We'll see how that one goes. Anyways, in the 3rd one, basically, Sam Neill gets kidnapped by Tia Leone and her husband. Their son got stranded on the dinosaur island, so they couldn't convince Sam Neill to come by himself. They had to get his assistants to help him out and talk him into going. But neither Sam Neill nor his assistant knew what was going on. They thought they were just flying over the island, and he would be like their tour guide. But they knocked him out. They landed on the island. Finds out he's on the island. All shit breaks. Hell breaks loose. Whatever. They finally tell him why they brought him there, and he's all like, well, I'm not looking for your son. I'm trying to get the fuck off the island. So, anyways, they eventually find the boy. He's still alive after 8 weeks of surviving on the island, somehow, miraculously. But anyways, they eventually run into a bunch of dinosaurs, of course, pterodactyls towards the end. But they eventually get off the island. Everybody gets off the island except for the people that the married couple hired to take him there. Like, there were 3 guys, like mercenary type dudes. They all got bit to dust. But everybody else pretty much made it. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. They all get off the island. You know, it was, of course, the acting's great. The story wasn't bad. They neglected to mention that there was a 3rd island. They had like 2 sites, Site A, Site B, or whatever, blah, 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 and then the main island where the park was at. Anyways, they like I said, all the acting was great. It was a decent flick, really good. I liked it better than I did the sequel, Jurassic Park 2. I like this one better. You know, they kind of left it off like a cliffhanger, because all the dinosaurs were getting off the island. But of course they didn't go forward with that. They went and changed it all and decided to do Lost World, which is different, totally different story. So 2 thumbs up if you're looking for a good sci-fi about dinosaurs. This is a good one. Check it out. The next one is, of course, Godzilla. This was done in 1998. Starred Matthew Broderick and Mary Patillo. It made really good, a really good chunk of money. 379 worldwide. Now there was going to be a sequel to this because it did so damn well. Sony TriStar had already started working on a sequel. However, the 2 guys that did Independence Day, did this Godzilla, were asking for a shit ton of money. And Sony and TriStar was like, no, you already got a decent budget, but these guys wanted way more money. And they said no. So the project just kind of went, they decided to scrap it because they wanted them to do the movie and the sequel, and they said no, without a whole bunch more money. I was like, no, we're not getting it. You already got it. So they scrapped it. There was going to be a trilogy, but we only got one movie, which really sucks. Because everybody has been begging for a sequel to this. They did come out with some new Godzilla movies, like in 2014 and so forth, but it didn't. 2 of them did not do as well as this one did, as far as money-wise. Nobody likes the story. Nobody liked the new Godzilla. The only thing they liked about it was Kong versus Godzilla. Everybody liked everything to do with Kong, but they didn't care too much for the Godzilla. Now, I've heard all the crap about the Godzilla 98, that it's just a giant lizard, blah, blah, blah. Well, literally, you dumb fucks, that's what Godzilla is. He's a giant goddamn fucking lizard. but because he didn't have the fantasy effects, you know, the fins lighting up, shooting lightning. You know, some of the hardcore Godzilla fans, especially the Japanese ones, threw a fit about that. They didn't like that. I liked it, like most people liked it, because it's more realistic. It's not fantasy based. You know, it's done, taking more realistic approach. I like that. Way better than the fantasy of Godzilla. I don't care for most of the Godzilla stuff. They're boring. But anyways, the story is they find out that radiation has caused a mutated version of a reptile. They don't know exactly what kind of reptile. Anyways, it gets loose on Manhattan Island or whatever, and they call in the military to get him out of there, Godzilla out of there. They find out he's asexual, he laid a bunch of eggs, and there's a bunch of them that's hatching, and Matthew Broderick and Maria Capillo plus a few other people, you know, they go down in there, they find the nest. They call in the military to blow Madison Square Gardens, because that's where all the eggs are hatching. They barely get out of there in time, the military blows it up. And then they eventually have to tackle Godzilla, and they eventually tie him up in Brooklyn Bridge and shoot the piss out of him with a missile from planes and kill him. And that's the end of the movie. But it leads it off because it shows a couple of the baby dinosaurs getting loose and off the island at the very end. That's why they did a trilogy. But like I said, there were budget issues, people being dicks, and they decided not to do the sequel, which they shouldn't. Everybody wants sequels. It's the best damn Godzilla movie out there. The new ones suck. I absolutely hate them. So did most of them. The only one that did real well was the very first one, 2014, because it was new. Everybody was waiting for the sequels to this one. Instead, they came out with something new, and everybody went to go watch it. I'm really surprised Kong vs. Godzilla didn't do better than this movie, to be honest, because I thought that was a pretty badass movie for the most part, you know, because it had Kong in it. But it didn't. Anyways, best Godzilla movie, definitely check it out if you like Godzilla. It keeps it real, none of that fake ass retarded shit. This will always be the ultimate Godzilla movie, always. I don't care what you say. Hardcore Japanese fans can yell all they want. This literally is the best Godzilla movie. And the fact that everybody wants to consider it a cult classic and has been begging for sequels just proves it. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you could think of any movies that are underrated or you think I may never have heard of, leave them down and leave your suggestions down in the comments below, and I'll get around to reviewing them when I can. So until next week, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you've just been told.